always consider our job to be like a missionary job, which is to convert people into wine drinking. We're more concerned about making Filipinos develop a taste for wine, fulfill their aspirations that they can actually have wine. My name is Nonoy Kimbo. I'm the founder and CEO of Novellino.
I'm Chris Kimbo, the president and GM of Novellino.
Hi, I'm Carlos Quimbo. I'm a director at our family business, Novellino.
All over the world, everybody has a kind of wine, from even in regions, like in France, there's Bordeaux, and south of France. In Italy, there's Tuscany, there's all these regions, It's a very regional product, very particular product. Everybody aspires for wine. Here in the Philippines, there was no such wine that really fulfilled the aspirations of consumers.
Philippines didn't have their own wine, and the Philippine palate really wants something that's sweet. And so we went out to innovate on the process of making wine to make something for that Philippine palate, which proved to be more difficult to do. But in the end, we were able to actually give a wine that Filipinos enjoy. It's been a fascinating 25 years of history in the making, or winemaking, if you will.
When my dad first started Novellino, we're kind of surprised to hear that he was starting a wine business in the Philippines. Maybe even thought it was a little bit crazy. And it turned out to work, and to work out really well.
The first group of people that we dealt with was a distribution company they called Market Reach, and we folded in our distribution through them, and they had a vacant lot beside their facility. Believe it or not, only 300 square meters, even smaller than our marketing office now in Makati. But we did accommodate the 13 tanks and all the equipment in that 300 square meter space.
When I came in 2012, we had just built a brand new facility in Laguna that we're really proud of. But fast forward, 10, 12 years later, and we're already at full capacity on that first line. So we had to find a way to increase our output. So all of our equipment is from Italy. The machines that we got in, and I can confidently say, are among the best winemaking equipment that you can source.
There's that big misconception about sweet being cheap, but the reality is sweet wines are much more complicated to make.
I know that it's a much more difficult process. It requires way more filtration, way more steps.
The simple solution would be, hey, don't ferment the juice completely. Keep part of the sweetness in the juice.
If we were to make dry wine, our lives would probably be easier, but that's not the wine the Filipino people want. And in order to do that, we have a way more complicated process.
We perfected that system, developed one that was stable, which is what it is now.
Novellino itself has become a vibe. So we've made a wine for, we feel, everyone on their journey of getting into wine. The most popular wine that we produce is going to be the sweetest with the lowest alcohol, and that would be like our classic red, which we call Rosso Classico. And then as you ferment more, we get into our sparkling variants like the Vivace line. And then we got kind of creative here, and we introduced some natural fruit extracts. So we have some casual wines that have natural strawberry extract, which we also source from Italy. Luscious Peach is a great one, and of course also wild blackberry.
And so I remember this first taste of this sparkling, sweet, fizzy, very novel style of wine, but it was very easy to drink.
In terms of wine drinking and culture, it's become synonymous with celebration. We want to share this beautiful thing with other people. We want more people to celebrate, and I guess I'm excited for that mission of getting more Filipinos to drink wine, because we believe wine is really special. In winemaking, it can be, the byproduct of making wine can be something that can be quite toxic. And we actually innovated on a way to treat that water without having to introduce it to wildlife.
We're part of an ecology system where we have to participate as well in making sure that, in fact, the world will be a better place to live in. We produce it in a way that we contribute towards improving the environment.
We've been always on the hunt in searching for other ways that we can fulfill aspirations, whether that's through wine, which we are always going to be in R&D and developing new styles and new interesting products, or in other ways. For instance, we one day will build a hospitality project for the Filipinos to enjoy, and potentially one day we'll be able to produce our wines in our style of wines in other countries around the world.
We've always considered ourselves not as owners of this business, but stewards of this business. It means you have to answer to someone else.
When you are a steward for something, you take care of it more than if you own it. So we really try to echo that mentality to everyone, that we're all here for the same mission.
Maybe within our office, I'm the ultimate boss, but in reality, we answer to a bigger boss, making sure that we're aligned with the purposes that He has allowed us to prosper this way.
From the vineyards of America, Europe, and Australia to tables and spreads across the Philippines and the world, Novellino is a passion product 25 years in the making.
To history,
And exciting new stories.
Hear, hear.